All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about turning project chaos into complete control. We're going to master a super important skill for any project manager, identifying and managing risks and issues. And to make it stick, we'll be breaking down Skill 14 of the Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship by following the journey of an apprentice named Jody.
You know that feeling, right? You're staring at a project plan and your mind just starts racing with all the what-ifs. It can feel like you're walking through a minefield. Well, you are not alone. Let's meet Jody. She's a brand new Level 4 apprentice at a company called IBS Stores. And this exact feeling, it's keeping her up at night. So here's the deal with Jody. She's just been handed her first big assignment, a new marketing campaign. She is super excited, but at the same time, she's totally paralyzed by all those what-ifs. What if the designer gets sick? What if the budget gets slashed? What if a key supplier's late? It's a lot. Let's see how she starts to get a handle on it.
Jody decides to open up and share all these worries with her mentor, Adam. And Adam, he just smiles. He tells her, look, project management isn't about everything going perfectly. It's about being ready when it doesn't. He explains that managing all these what-ifs is an actual formal skill, and he's about to give her the two most fundamental tools she needs to get started.
First things first, Adam clears up the language, and this is absolutely critical. A risk, he says, is a future what-if. It's something that might happen. Think, our main supplier might be late. An issue, on the other hand, is a problem that's happening right now. It's no longer a what-if. The supplier just called, they are late. See the difference? One is potential, the other is real. So to manage all those future what-ifs, Adam introduces Jody to the risk register. Now, you should think of this as your project's early warning system. It's not just some list of worries you write down and forget. No. It's a living, breathing document where you track potential risks, figure out how likely they are, and, this is the key part, plan your response before they ever happen. Okay, but what about the problems that are happening right now? Well, that's where the issue log comes in. Adam calls this the project's crisis command center. The second a problem pops up, it gets logged here. This makes sure nothing gets forgotten in the chaos, and everyone knows exactly who is responsible for fixing it and when.
Armed with these two powerful tools, Jody then goes to meet with her line manager, Riedel. Now it's time to stop just worrying and actually start planning. Riedel's job is to help her take this theory and apply it directly to that IBIS Stores marketing project. It's time to build out her very first risk register for real.
Riedel shows Jody that figuring out what could go wrong isn't something you do alone in a dark room. You start by brainstorming with the whole team. Then you can do a SWOT analysis to find your project's weaknesses and threats. You can even consult experts or, and this is a great one, review past projects to see what tripped people up before. All of a sudden, Jody's vague anxieties are turning into a concrete, totally manageable list.
So now Jody has this long list of risks. But let's be real, you can't tackle everything at once. You'd go crazy. So Ricolte helps her prioritize using this simple grid, the risk matrix. You look at each risk and plot it. Is it likely to happen? And if it does, how bad will it be? A risk that's got a high probability and a high impact, like that supplier being late, that one lands right in the top right corner. That's your priority action item. That's where you focus first.
For each of those high-priority risks, Jody now needs a game plan. Riddle explains there are basically 4 ways to respond. You can try to avoid the risk entirely by changing your plan. You can mitigate it, which means you lessen its impact, like finding a backup supplier just in case. You could transfer the risk, say through insurance, or sometimes you just have to accept it and have a contingency plan ready. For her supplier delay risk, Jody decides to mitigate. Smart move. So Jody has done everything by the book. Her risk register is looking great, her mitigation plans are all set. For the first time, she's feeling like she's really in control. And then, the phone rings. You guessed it, that big risk she planned for? It just became a reality. And there it is. The what if just transformed into a what now? That potential risk has officially become a very real, very urgent issue. The theoretical just became, well, very, very real. This is that moment of truth for every single project manager. But here's the thing, Jody doesn't panic. Why? Because she planned for this exact moment. She just pulls out her issue resolution plan and gets to work. Step 1, she logs the issue immediately in her issue log. Step 2, she assesses the real impact on the timeline. Step 3, she communicates the delay to all the key stakeholders. And Step 4, she implements her contingency plan. She calls that backup supplier she already found. She is completely in control. Okay, so managing the crisis is one massive achievement. But for an apprentice, proving you did it is just as important. And this is where her coach, Olivia, comes in. Olivia's role is to help Jody translate all these real-world actions into powerful, compelling evidence for her apprenticeship portfolio, which she manages in a system called apprenticeship.
Olivia explains that to pass this part of her apprenticeship, Jody needs to leave a paper trail. She needs to save literally everything. The risk register she built from scratch, the detailed issue log that shows how she solved the problem, the emails she sent to stakeholders. Every single document that proves she performed this skill is gold for her portfolio.
And Olivia gives her some crucial advice. She says, look, just uploading a bunch of documents isn't enough. Your evidence needs to tell a story, a really clear story of problem, action, result. Here was the potential problem I saw coming. Here's the action I planned and then took. And here was the successful result. That story, that narrative is what makes the evidence so powerful.
So all of this hard work, the planning, the crisis management, the careful documentation, it's all leading to one big moment, the endpoint assessment, or the EPA. This is the final test where Jody will prove her skills and her competence to an independent assessor.
So in the EPA, the assessor might hit her with a question just like this one. They want to hear about her process, her thinking, her proactive planning, and because of everything she's been through, Jody is more than ready.
And that is a fantastic answer. Did you catch that? She's using the official lingo, risk matrix, mitigation plan, and she's directly pointing to the evidence in her portfolio, her risk register. She's not just telling them she did it, she's showing them the proof is right there.
Then comes the follow-up, this time focusing on a real-life issue. The assessor wants to see how she handles the pressure when things have actually gone wrong. Can she think on her feet and solve a real problem?
Just listen to that answer. It is so concise, confident, and action-oriented. She connects the problem directly to her solution and, most importantly, to the successful outcome. And again, she can point right back to her issue log and emails as concrete proof of her story. That's how you ace the EPA.
When you really break it all down, it comes back to this one single skill, the ability to see problems coming down the road and handle them with a clear, logical plan when they arrive. Mastering this is what really separates a good project coordinator from a truly great project manager. So in the end, Jody didn't just get her marketing project done. She did something way more important. She took her biggest source of anxiety, all those endless what-ifs, and she transformed it into a structured, professional skill that became her greatest strength. She literally learned how to turn worry into a weapon.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Think about what you're working on right now. Tomorrow morning, what's the very first what-if that pops into your head? Seriously, open a document and just write it down. You've just taken your first real step to mastering this skill yourself.